Alright, to factor this trinomial, I've indicated we follow a little bit of a roadmap. Here it is briefly. You first check, see if there's a GCF. Do you have 2 terms? Do you have 3 terms? Is there a leading coefficient? In this case, we have something in front of x squared. That's a leading coefficient, other than 1. So the 2 methods I've taught are box method and factor by grouping. I'm going to use the box method here. So give myself a nice big box with 4 chambers. First term goes in the first box. Last term goes in the last box. And we have to do a little bit of work to figure out what goes in these other 2 boxes. Okay? I'm going to slide this over now. You multiply the first term times the last term, but I'm really just going to pay attention to the coefficients here. That gives us 88. You need to list all the factors now. Slide this up again a little. That'll be 1 and 88, 2 and 44, 3 won't work, 4 goes in 22 times, 5 won't work, 6 won't work, 7 won't work, 8 times 11, 9 won't work, and 10 won't work. So here's all the factors. Okay? Now we've got paying attention to the signs and the variables a little bit here. When we multiplied 8x squared, well, first I'll address the signs. This is positive and this is positive, so we got a positive 88. That means if we get there by multiplying, the only 2 possibilities are we had a positive times a positive or a negative times a negative. This middle term, if that's negative, the only way we can get there is, forget those positives, it must be negative times a negative. Alright? So that means if the signs are the same, I'm looking for a sum of negative 46. Okay? Now referring to the variables, I really multiplied 8x squared times 11y squared. So this is 88x squared y squared. So these factors are really 1xy, 88xy, 2xy, 44xy, etc. But it's way too much trouble to keep writing that. So we'll just have to remember to put in the x and the y when we put our factors in there. Alright, so let's see. We're looking for a sum of negative 46. Both signs are negative. These 2 factors will give us a sum of negative 46. None of the others will. It doesn't matter which boxes they go in. I'll put negative 2 here, but I could put it up here. It doesn't matter. Negative 44. I'm kind of running out of room on this one. Because I have to remember to put in my x and y. So there's my x, there's my y. Here's my x, here's my y. Sorry, that didn't fit very well. Alright, now you're just looking for the greatest common factor going straight up, straight across, and straight across. If the negative is almost out, we pull it out. So it's going to be negative 11y. That's our GCF for these 2 chambers. Okay, going straight up here, it'll be a 2x. 2x is our GCF. And again, the negative has to be right here. I don't mess with it if the negative's further away. Coming straight across now, 8 goes into 44, and x's are common. So 8x is our GCF. And then the negative's almost out here, so I pull out the negative, and it's just a y. Okay? So now I have my 2 binomials. Slide this over. I think I can fit it all on here. 2x minus 11y and 8x minus y. This is the factored form of this trinomial, and you can check it by multiplying each term here by each term here, or some people call it using the FOIL method.